Pete the Cat 5-Minute Bedtime Stories by Kimberly and James Dean. 1, 2. Pete the Cat and the Lost Tooth. Page number 21. Let's look for it. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Pete the Cat and the Lost Tooth. Oh no, Pete lost a tooth. What should he do? Pete shows the tooth to his mom. Put the tooth under your pillow, she says. The tooth fairy will come and give you money for it. Pete thinks under his pillow is a strange place for a tooth, but his mom is usually right, and it would be pretty cool to meet the tooth fairy. Pete puts the tooth under his pillow, then he closes his eyes and pretends to sleep. Suddenly he hears a jingling noise. Pete opens his eyes. The tooth fairy is at his window. The tooth fairy flies into Pete's room. She looks worried. What's wrong? Pete asks. It's a very busy night, the tooth fairy explains. I don't know how I'm going to collect all the teeth that fell out today. Pete jumps up. I can help, he says. The tooth fairy thinks that it is an awesome idea. With a flick of her wand, she gives Pete magic wings. Now he can fly just like her. Pete loves his new wings. He zips around his room and does loop-the-loops in the air. Groovy, he shouts. Finally, Pete settles down. So, he says, what do I have to do? The tooth fairy gives Pete a list of names. You need to visit each of these cool kids to get their teeth. The tooth fairy gives Pete 2 bags. One is full of teeth and one is full of coins. Take the tooth and put it in this bag, she says. Then leave a coin from this bag under the pillow. Pete looks at the bag of teeth. It already looks full. How will I fit any more teeth in here? He asks. The tooth fairy smiles. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Being a tooth fairy comes with a certain kind of magic. Far out, Pete says. He is ready to go. Pete's first stop is Callie's house. He flies through the window and straight to her bed. Pete lifts up Callie's pillow. He takes her tooth and leaves behind a coin. Next up is Alligator's house. Pete finds Alligator's tooth. It is big and sharp. He pulls it out from under the pillow and puts the coin in its place. Then Pete sneaks back out the window. Pete smiles to himself. This job is easy. Pete's last stop is Gus. He flies inside and reaches under Gus's pillow. Uh-oh, there is no tooth. Pete looks next to Gus's drums. He looks in Gus's drawer. He even checks inside Gus's baseball mitt. The tooth is nowhere to be found. Does Pete panic? Nope. He just keeps looking for the tooth. Just then, Gus wakes up. Gus, Pete cries, I have been looking everywhere for your lost tooth. Where is it? My tooth? Gus asks. Pete nods. I'm supposed to get it for the tooth fairy. But Pete, Gus says, platypuses do not have teeth. Gus opens his mouth and shows Pete. See? Far out, Pete says, no teeth at all. Gus shrugs. Sorry, it would have been nice to join in the tooth fairy fun. Pete smiles. No worries, he says. He takes a coin from his bag and slips it under Gus's pillow. Thank you, says Gus. You're welcome, Pete says. Good night. Pete leaves Gus's room and heads home. On his way, he comes across the tooth fairy. All done? She asks. Did you have any trouble? Pete shakes his head and holds out the 2 bags. Nope, everything went great. That was awesome. Thanks, Pete, the tooth fairy says. She takes the bags. I should be getting to my next house. As Pete makes his way home, he thinks about Gus. Not everyone is the same, but being kind is always cool. That sounds like the perfect title for his next song. Good night, everyone. See you in the next story.